Hello there. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. On every chair in this room, there is a story. And your story provokes you to do all sorts of things with your life. Sometimes we just keep that story within ourselves, and at other times you feel that you must share it with the world in order that others can learn from your story. So this is my journey of recovery from last summer when my only child died. She was 15. She swallowed half a gram of ecstasy that was 91% pure. And the way I've managed to find some form of recovery is through the art of writing. It's a very safe place for me, a blank piece of paper, and you can get it out of your head and you feel better afterwards. So I wrote my book about the first 102 days without Martha. And thank you for letting me share that today. So. Day 18. I've never been away from my girl for more than a fortnight at a time, and it's now 19 days since I last saw her alive. The finality of knowing that I'll never see her again is astonishing. Sorry, it's agonising. I look up the word agony in the dictionary and it says intense pain or mental suffering, severe struggle. Yes, I agree, but it's the not knowing how long the agony will last that's the main problem. The sunset last night was mesmerising. The sun descended onto a duvet of intense peachy red hues. Every dusk for me indicates one day further from when my girl was last with me, alive and well. But I mustn't let my heart sink with the sunset at every dusk, nor groan with dread at every dawn. I'm trying so hard to remain mentally healthy and to welcome in each new day. But it takes so much courage and motivation for me to travel this uncharted route. Even my spontaneous nature is finding this adventure one step too far. I want to go onto TripAdvisor and give it a 0 rating. Don't ever come here. I don't recommend it to anyone. That said, I'm getting the best side of every human being who knows me. It's like the entire community has had a committee meeting, agenda set, minutes noted and action points agreed. Right, you take round scones and cream, I'll fill her freezer. You're on coffee duty and you guys look after her wheelie bins. Let's book her some reflexology and a massage too. I'll do her nails and you do lunch duty tomorrow. Astounding, utterly incredible. All this love and care pouring into me, lifting me off the floor I want to cling to and never move from. There is no set way to rebuild a bereft human being, as we're all so unique. But all of our basic needs are exactly the same. We all need food, water and love. That is it, pure and simple. Day 19. I have lots of meetings today. I sit up in bed and swing my legs over the edge, planting the balls of my feet on the floor. I reach over and pull up the blind. I thought I heard rain, but there is a beautiful morning unfolding. I ask whoever is listening to help me. I'm emotional today. There are tears waiting, building up pressure behind the dam of my medication. My demeanour is lacklustre. I shower, as that's what you do every day. I curl my eyelashes and wonder why. A female ritual, but it's what we do. It seems so pointless to me now. But I do it anyway, as it represents some form of normality and there is comfort in that. I sit on the bench at the bus stop feeling lonely. Martha would normally be by my side at this bus stop. A friend comes up to me and sits, asking me how I am. The tears start to flow from my bewildered eyes. I am honest with my friend as I know it's terribly sad and tragic, but at the core of me I also feel determined and strong, and I know that I'll find my way through this. It is what it is, and I'm not going to pretend. There is no room for fakery in my life. As the bus floats me into the city centre, everything spins past the windows like rails. My senses are so heightened at the moment. I'm noticing so much. Snippets of conversations, smells wafting from food outlets, colourful clothing all flash past me from the crowds of people walking intently whilst I meander. My shoulders are stooped and each step is slow yet definite. I'm a daydream of a daydream. I sigh as there are so many memories of me and my little ghost in this city. Our favourite shops and the miles we must have walked on these pavements together over the past 15 years. When I get home, I noticed an envelope on my doormat and know what it is before I've opened it. I take a deep breath. The Arctic Monkeys tickets I ordered a few weeks ago for her 16th birthday on the 30th of October have arrived. I was so looking forward to her being 16. She was turning into such a stunning young woman. Day 24. In every yawn there is restlessness, in every double thought there's certainty. I rub my eyes a lot, mostly due to feeling restless, and finding the odd tear on my knuckles is a visual endorsement signifying my loss despite feeling numb inside. I am still able to feel a great deal of joy and experience carefree laughter. I don't feel guilty about this, as this is who I am. Never have I felt so able to allow my feelings to be whatever they need to be in a given moment. Being utterly vulnerable and neither needing approval from others nor needing the world to understand or love me feels truly liberating. It's as though I've reached level 2 of my life. I've earned enough points to move up a level, and although there'll be new challenges to face, I've proved I now have enough experience to take on whatever lessons this level requires of me. I'm on uncharted territory. There's no map, no signpost, just intuition and common sense. I look around me and it all appears familiar, but my new perspective and intensified awareness of my intuition will navigate me to where I need to go now. My itinerary and expectations from level 1 are redundant and discarded, and I am now able to go wherever feels right. So I will allow my instincts and to judge situations and will listen accordingly. While my girl was by my side, I was always concerned for her needs, so only having myself to care for does seem peculiar, and it will take a while to get used to this. But there's also a refreshing simplicity about my life now, which is gentle and reassuring. Day 32. A fly buzzes around my living room. I watch curiously as it flies into the window, an invisible glass barrier to the outside world. Help, get me out of here. I'm stuck in a room with a grieving mother. I hear it buzz. I feel as though my grief is outside the window looking in at me. I know it's there, but I can't smash my way through to it yet, as I need to hold myself together for the time being. Her funeral is 2 weeks today, and there's so much to do. So I make some calls and send some emails, then slump exhaustedly onto the sofa. I wrap myself in a soft blanket and snuggle my ears and chin into it. I close my eyes and feel protected as I momentarily pretend none of this is really happening. I take a few deep breaths, and with each breath, imagine my heart being filled with pure light as a way to remove the heavy, dark feeling that's permanently there. Yesterday I went to the tribute tree where Martha died. Her friends wanted to acknowledge 1 calendar month. 10 of them had contributed enough money to buy a little plaque inscribed as follows: For Martha Fernback, the most amazing, effervescent and funny girl we had the pleasure of knowing. Rest in peace. What an incredible tribute. Leave it to the kids, that's what I say. They are so thoughtful and imaginative. I'd be proud for any one of this group to be my son or daughter. We hold 1 minute's silence, then one little friend makes an adorable speech as the rest sob a little and look sad. A band starts to reverse and we hear, "This vehicle is reversing. This vehicle is reversing." My friend says, "That band didn't even know Martha, how dare it make a speech?" And we all laugh. We remain silent, and then I hear my voice addressing them all. I say I'm so proud they're Martha's friends and that she would want them all to be happy. I add that I'd hate for any of their parents to feel the agony I'm feeling right now. and that they should have fun, but within the realms of safety. I don't want this experience to hold any of them back in their lives, and ask that they just remember the essence of Martha fondly. I'm just going to skip forward a little bit. Day 43. We're in a new month. This is a surprise to me, but then again, August 2013 will always be the strangest month I've ever experienced. My brain is filled to bursting with information and data I'd like to download onto a data stick. I then put it in a rarely open drawer and hope that it never sees sunlight again. If only it were that simple, but memories flash through my head without any control, like a toddler who hasn't been taught the meaning of the word no yet. 3 more sleeps. I sound like a child asking how many sleeps until we go on holiday. How I wish that is what I was waiting for. One of Martha's friends come over as I've asked her to put together a little film of Martha to be shown in the hall. She's devoted so many hours to this, as well as caring for the flowers at the tribute tree and helping me plan all the technical bits of the funeral. Other friends join us later to make huge multicoloured tissue paper pom-poms for the hall. And by the end of the night, the living room looks like the Rio de Janeiro carnival. We talk about Martha and recall little things she did to make us laugh, and the atmosphere is merry and industrious. Martha would love making these pom-poms. She'd be right in the middle of it all, chatting away. As my friends look at me, I see my face in theirs. I look into their eyes and beyond and know that although I'm doing well, the agony I'm in is obvious. It's as though my friends are peeping over the top of Martha's grave with me, and we're all leaning back and looking away from it, back to the colourful pom-poms. I stick the kettle on, as that's what we do. That's what the nurses did for me within minutes of Martha dying. They cupped my hand in theirs, as mine were weak and shaky as I lifted the cup to my lips. The same lips that kissed my gill, the same lips that had advised and helped her for nearly 16 years. The lips that had been full of hope, but were now full of horror. A cheeky cuppa, as we like to call it. When Martha was little, she thought cup of tea was a word. I think we should get it in the Oxford English Dictionary. And the description would say, solves everything, malaise, heartache, world peace. Thank you.